Hello everyone. I'm just taking a break from taking down my fall decor and putting up a Christmas tree. Yes, I'm putting up Christmas already. Just this tree for now. Just the tree for now, but I've got a bunch of fall stuff packed over here on my table. I've got to get all that fall stuff off my bookshelves, get it all packed away, and start for Christmas. I know it's early, and everybody's going to say, well, what about Thanksgiving? But you can celebrate Christmas, you can celebrate Thanksgiving while there's a Christmas tree in your living room. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's Milo and Marley. So I thought while I was sitting here, I would make a little video, since it's been a while since I've made a video, and letting those who may not know what's been going on with Marley. I know a lot of you already know because you follow us on either our Schnauzer Mom Facebook page or you check on the community page here on YouTube. I think it was a week or two after Mozzie passed. I took Marley in to have a couple masses, one on his left back leg and one on the end of his tail, to have those checked out by our primary vet. And the one on the tail she didn't think was too concerning, but the one on his back left leg, she did a needle aspiration, and she said there's some irregular cells in there. I think you need to have a CT scan done. They did send it away to a pathologist who did come back with a report that thought it was something called a spindle cell tumor, I believe is what they call it. That was, I don't even remember when that exactly was. But the following week after we saw our primary vet, Dr. Pearson got us in at the Animal Surgical Center. She did a CT scan and she said, yes, this needs to be removed. And while doing that CT scan, they also found a tumor on Marley's spleen. She said these could be benign or these could be malignant. And she also suggested getting the mass on the end of his tail off as well. So then the following week after having the CT scan done, Marley had surgery. He had his spleen removed. He had those two masses removed. So let me see if I can show you on his back left leg, since he's kind of laying here. Here's where the incision was for his mass on this leg. Which they were kind of concerned that where it was, since they had to take so much to try to get clean margins, they were kind of scared it would affect his mobility in that leg, but thankfully it did not. And then on his belly here, you can see how big that incision was. Sorry, Marley, I'm waking you up. I know, I'm sorry. I'm disturbing your little rest. I'm sorry. Look, it's been raining, so their faces are all messy, putting their nose into the wet grass. But yeah, that was a pretty big incision for that mass on his leg. He did great with surgery. He stayed at the surgical center 2 nights. I was so nervous about him coming home. Nervous because I knew that one on his belly was going to be a big incision. And then I was like, I didn't know the incision on his leg would be so big, but that one too, just nervous about making sure he wasn't running, jumping, all that. I had set him up a little area. I'll put a picture in at the end of the video, but I had set him up a little area so he could recuperate after his surgery. Yeah, so, and then we thought we were going to have results for the biopsies. They also did a liver biopsy, and they also took a little piece of his intestine because she thought it looked a little thick, the walls of the intestine. So they took a little piece of that too. So he had 5 biopsies I was waiting on from this surgery. His surgery was on a Monday. He came home Wednesday. We thought we may have the results over the weekend or by the latest Monday. We didn't get the results till Thursday of the following week after his surgery. And I was just a basket case waiting for those results. But they came back good, pretty good. The tumor on his spleen was benign, thank the Lord. It was starting to rupture within itself because on the CT scan, she did show us that there was some blood inside the tumor. And she said if we don't take this out, this will rupture and then it will cause internal bleeding and then he will pass. So we had to get the surgery done. It was starting to rupture within itself. So thankfully we got him in. Thankfully, we have great relationships with both of our vets, our primary vet and then Dr. Pearson, who is an internal medicine specialist at the Animal Surgical Center. So thankful to have such great relationships with them because then she got us in fast. She said, come in through me. I'll do the CT scan and that will get you into surgery faster than me just calling and say, hey, I need surgery. So I'm very thankful for her. For getting me in so soon because it can sometimes take a month or 2 to get into the Animal Surgical Center for surgeries. What you looking at, Milo? You looking for some squirrels out there? There might be one out there. He's kind of shaking. Let's see. I don't see anything. Why are you shaking? Or was there something? Almost all the leaves are gone off the trees. That maple tree back there still has leaves hanging on, and then our burning bush out there still have their leaves, but most of the leaves have fallen already here in Michigan. Yeah, so thankful they got us in quick. And I was so worried. I kept thinking, please don't rupture the tumor on his spleen while we were waiting for our day for the surgery. So then the one on the leg, the mass on the leg, was a low grade, oh gosh, what's it called now? Now I can't, oh geez. Can't remember what it's called now. It's a low grade cancer. And they believe that the margins are clean and that he should not have this grow back. Everything should be taken care of. Soft tissue sarcoma, low-grade soft tissue sarcoma. I think that's what she called it. Should not come back. He should have no longer have any problems with it. Let's cross our fingers and pray. The one on his tail was a malignant melanoma, but they got clean margins on that as well. And usually if they're on the outside skin of a dog, they don't usually cause a problem, but it was growing pretty fast, so they took it off. Most of the time when you have a problem with those, they told me with dogs, is if they get them inside of their mouth. And then the liver, I can't remember what it's called. I should have written all this down before I made a video. But the liver, basically, he's just got to take ursodeoil and denamarin like Mozzie did. He doesn't have hepatitis of the liver, anything like that. I wish I could remember what it's called. But he's just going to have to take ursodeoil and denamarin for the rest of his life, which I'm happy with that. If that's all that he's got to do. The intestinal biopsy did show a mild intestinal bowel issue, but nothing that he needs to take medication for. Inflammatory bowel, mild case of inflammatory bowel disease, but nothing that he's got to take medication or anything for. She's not concerned with that. So yeah, overall good report. The 2 masses, the one on his tail and leg, were cancer, but they believe they got it all and he should have no issue. And then thank goodness the tumor in his spleen was benign. Oh, That's one I was really, really worried about. But he's been doing great. He's pretty much back to his normal self. I have to take him November 6th to get his sutures out of his on his leg and tail taken care of. The ones in his belly are they'll just dissolve. They're inside sutures. So got to take him back November 6th for that. So, and then while we were dealing with Marley with all that, I also had to take Magnum, who's over there in the doggy bed. You see him? The doggy bed was in front of this table, but I had to move it while I was doing the tree. You found the doggy bed over there, Magnum? He had to go in to have blood work done. If you remember, back when a little bit after Miggy had passed in May, Magnum was having some elevated liver enzymes as well, and we got them down. The ALP was still, I think it was around 250 or something like that. So she said, let's have them back in 3 months and see where they're at. And I think they came in at 385, but the other two were normal. So I'm taking him back in November 25th, I believe, or 26th, and we're going to retest it because she wants to see if they're still climbing or not. She said, because some dogs, they'll be like 200 and some, then there's 3 something, then they'll go back down, because he's on the Ursidoil and Denamarin as well. So she wants to see if they're continually going higher, and if they are, we may have to do I think we're going to check him for Cushing's first, she said. And if it's not that, then we may have to do a liver biopsy on Magnum. So please pray that he doesn't have to have surgery. If you remember, Mozzie had Cushing's, and we kept his under control up to the day that we lost him. His Cushing's was always under control. So maybe it's just Cushing's that Magnum has, and that's what's causing that ALP number to be slightly high. If you read the comments, whenever I talk about health issues with my dogs, you'll see a lot of people say that their dogs have Cushing's. And a lot of dogs, a lot of Schnauzers have Cushing's. They're very prone to it. And a lot of Schnauzers have liver issues. So those who are leaving comments saying, why are your dogs dying? What's going on? Is it something you're feeding them? Could it be the cornfield in the backyard? Could it be this? Could it be that? I don't know. I think it's just something that Schnauzers are prone to. A lot of breeds are prone to different things. And Schnauzers are prone to liver issues, pancreatitis, Cushing's, and diabetes. So if you have a young Schnauzer, know this and keep it in mind. So I've decided that I don't think I'm going to talk about health issues with my dogs anymore, just because of those comments, because they seem to be having those kind of comments more frequently. And I just don't want to deal with them. I just don't want to deal with them anymore. And my dogs are senior dogs besides Milo and Magnum. Milo is 6, Magnum is 7. Marley will be 13 in the spring, and Max will be 13 in the spring. Mozzie would have been 13 November 16th of this year. Miggy, he would have been 11. He was just a month short of 11, which is not... Miggy should have lived longer. He should have. But he had an aggressive form of lymphoma cancer that took him. And then Grant, he was just a month short of being 16. So my dogs are getting older and things are going to happen. So I think I'm just going to not talk about the health issues anymore and just show the fun happy times with the boys. Right, Milo? Just show the fun, happy times with the boys in future videos. So, yeah, so I've already been blabbing for 15 minutes, my phone says. So I think I'm going to get off here. I'm going to continue doing my packing up of my fall decor, doing some cleaning, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. It's a gloomy day out today. It's been raining. It's cloudy. So I've just been putzing around the house doing that. So, all right, guys. It's good to talk to you guys. And I hope everybody's doing well. And we will talk to you guys again soon. All right, guys. Bye.